Party is taking some heat from the most senior Republican member of the U.S. Senate, Indiana Senator Dick Lugar, who's facing a tough primary challenge from a Tea Party-backed candidate claiming the Tea Party is why Republicans are a minority in the U.S. Senate now, also saying it's the reason the GOP could fail to take the Senate back in 2012.
There were people who claimed that they wanted somebody who was more of their Tea Party aspect, but in doing so, they killed off the Republican chances for a majority. This is one reason why we have a minority in the Senate right now.
Republican Congressman Louie Gohmert of Texas joins us now, a member of the House Tea Party caucus. Good to see you, Congressman. He's talking about losing Delaware and Nevada and Colorado. Does he have a point?
Yeah. The only way he could have the point there is if you give the Tea Party credit for having the biggest wave election in the history since the 1930s. You can't blame them for not getting majority in the Senate and not give them credit for over 80 elections, Republicans being elected in the House.
Right.
They gave us control of the House. And so it sounds like we just need some better candidates, and we'll have control of the Senate next time.
Well, but Congressman, you know, you guys are getting blamed, the Tea Party caucus in the House,
right,
for what is essentially a fiasco, according to the Wall Street Journal editorial page. They say, you know, you totally lost the battle of perception and did great damage to the party. In fact, let me quote them here. After a year of the Tea Party House, Mr. Obama and Senate Democrats have had to make no major policy concessions beyond extending the Bush tax rates for 2 years. Mr. Obama is in a stronger re-election position today than he was a year ago, and the chances of Mr. McConnell becoming majority leader are declining. Look, Congressman, are you guys to blame for all that?
No, what's to blame is people that have not lived up to their promises. You've got a lot of Republicans, a lot of Tea Party folks. And by the way, you know, we're told that maybe 53% of all the taxes will be, or I'm sorry, all the taxes will be paid by 53% of Americans, and most of those are Tea Party folks. They're tired of paying most of the taxes, all of the taxes, at 53%. And so what we need is some people to keep their words. You know, Greg, we have just now finished a year in which we got the majority by promising we would cut more than $100 billion with a B, and we may have not even cut 100 to 300 million last year.
Yeah.
I mean,
but
it's got some
Tea Party folks
a bit
You know, and I've known you since you were on the bench, a terrific judge and so forth. And you're one of the smartest guys I know in Congress. Explain this to me. You guys defeated the millionaire's tax on the payroll tax cut extension, and you won the Keystone Pipeline provision. And so arguably you won more than the Democrats did in this whole thing, and yet you're kind of looking like you lost. How did that happen?
Yep. Well, actually, what we have here, Greg, is a failure to communicate. Because if the message had been properly communicated to the Senate, we were not going to go along with a 2-month extension, then the Senate would not have voted 89 votes for that 2-month extension. They had the word that, according to them, that they've been told we'll go along with a 2-month extension. Greg, we had reforms of welfare on there. We had eliminating millionaires' ability to get food stamps and welfare. We were going to allow states to drug test to get welfare. You couldn't take the child tax credit if you didn't have a Social Security number. Enough of illegals getting money back.
I'm up against a hard break.
Some great stuff in there.
Yeah, I know.
And we're going to make that happen this year. We're going to make it happen.
Congressman Louie Gohmert, great to see you. Merry Christmas to you. Thanks very much for being here. We'll be right back.
Thank you.
This program is brought to you by Nature's Bounty, high quality.